Okay, hey guys, to my second video on YouTube. Today is October 21st, 2025, and I wanted to come on here and talk about how today was a break-even day for me. That being said, I got protected by a very simple concept called SMT Divergence. If you're not familiar with SMT, um, this would be a great example of what is. So essentially, when Nasdaq is trending, for example, going higher, we're making higher highs, right? And we made a higher high after this level right here. So to show that, after this level, we make a higher high. And then ES is also trending, but on that same high, we're not making a higher high. We actually made a lower high, right? A lower, sorry, like a lower low or lower high, whatever you want to call it. Either way, price did not get to this level. Okay. This is what we call an SMT bearish divergence. Okay. This is a bearish SMT. Are you going to take a trade off of this? Probably not. But it is a helpful extra confluence that you can use in your trading, in your buy and in your buys, right? So for today, so let's get away from here. So for today, I was bullish. Why? Monday we went higher. All right, we're trending upwards. That being the case, we also have relative equal highs. We have a great target of all-time highs. Asia high was left off, and that would be it. What I expected was price and market open to come and rebalance this range. What is rebalancing the range? Rebalancing of the range means when prices with volume going upwards, downwards, or creating a lot of um, gaps, okay, you want price to come in and take out 50% of the range. That is rebalancing the range. It doesn't always need to happen. A great example of this is gold. Gold has been rising very heavily upwards without rebalancing the range, at least on the higher time frame, right? Maybe on the lower time frame it is in some sorts, but definitely not on the higher time frame. So I wanted market open to come and take out not only this 50% range, but also this 4 hour that we had that was unfilled, right? And then go upwards to all-time highs where relative equal highs are, and that was essentially it. That was my bias for the day. That being the case, we started off kind of pushing downwards, and when we got to this 4 hour, right, or even before we got to this 4 hour gap, when we go on the lower time frame, price, at least not the MNQ but NQ, did not actually sweep the 4 hour low. However, ES did. Okay, so we can show that right here. So ES did right there. It sweeps out the 4 hour low, but on NQ it did not. So on MNQ it does for some reason, but the actual real price is NQ. So it doesn't. So not only was there a bullish SMT, right? Because NQ is not making a lower low, but ES is, right? It's taking out that level. It gives me that bullish confluence on top of my bullish bias that I originally had, right? So that being the case, when price comes and takes out, and we create this SMT here alongside another SMT with these 3 minutes right here, this one and this one, this Nasdaq makes a lower low and ES makes a higher high. That's another bullish SMT, right? Before this action here, we had a gap that was created towards this 4 hour and towards this 50%. That is now my potential IFVG, my inverse fair value gap. Okay, once price closes on top, I'm setting it below this SMT, right? Because if an SMT happens, that means that higher low is protected. And I put it towards Asia high. Now, what happens? Okay, not only is there a 15-minute here, which I had marked off, right? But when price came into this 15-minute, I had reduced risk up to here, right? So now my risk on the table is way less. My original 250 that I was risking is now cut in half pretty much into 125. Okay. While this was happening, if I'm not mistaken, there, the swing high on ES. Yeah. While this was happening into this 15-minute, price was taking out the swing high right here. The swing high on ES. What is that? That is a bearish SMT. Now, how does it affect me, right? So if the SMT is right here, right? Let's mark it off. The SMT is right there, then how do I react, right? Now, what I do is I like going break even, right? Even though I'm bullish and I believe that price will take out Asia high and keep going and we have levels up top, I'm not willing to risk capital when there's a divergence in two assets. That being the case, I go break even. Price literally at this point on Nasdaq reverses, sweeps out this low, right? Takes out this 50% that I had originally marked out and goes higher. Either way, when it was coming down, right? When it was coming down right here, I'm break even. That's it. I'm done for the day. I'm done for the day unless there was another setup, which there was. There was. It was when right here. Okay. Price when it came, it reversed, right? We're showing a bullish trend. We have levels up top. We have the swing high. We have Asia high up on top, right? When we go to the 5-minute, let's go to the 5-minute. We see that we actually displaced through this 15-minute, right? So that is a 5-minute gap. Okay. We want price to come back into this 5-minute gap, retrace back into it, create structure in terms of my strategy, which is an IVG, and take it towards levels that are relevant and obviously price is attracted to. That being the case, when price did that, I believe it was a 2-minute maybe. Let's take away this. Yeah, it was a 2-minute. So this is technically the IVG, right? This is the 5-minute FVG. Regardless, when this was happening, price on ES was already taking out Asia high, which is over here, right? So what does that mean? That is a bearish SMT, right? Even though price closed on top of this IVG, and there's obviously levels up top, and you're willing to risk it, you're not going to go anywhere. Okay, you're really taking a bad trade because price is already taking out Asia high on ES. So there's no need to take this trade. So obviously I didn't take this, but it was a clear example of how I had managed my positions and even not taken a trade because I saw ES taking out levels on top, right? Either way, very simple concept, right? You want to use SMT as really a confluence or an added confluence to your original strategy and your original bias. If you have SMT, it's really like a cherry on top, essentially. And yeah, that's really about it. If you guys have any single question about how I managed my trade, I have the live clippings of my position and how I moved it. So if you guys want, I can post that. I haven't been really like posting stuff like that or like live trades. But again, if that's what you guys want, let me know. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm looking forward to posting more stuff. Cheers.